What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 4. So, we pick up this episode where we left off with Letitia giving her speech at the event. I think it's Gold Girls. And it's a women's empowerment group. I think they do scholarships and things of that nature. And they asked her to be a guest speaker. And Kimmy was there, her mom was there, and she has a new friend, April, one of her sorors, who she said she met about a year ago, and, you know, it's sort of been a good friend to her, sort of probably in the absence of where her and Mel sort of split, because her and Mel were really good friends, you know, at one point. She started off nervous, but you know what? Listen, Letitia, if you're watching this, which I don't know if you watch or not, but if you're watching this, Letitia, boo, I'm an educator. I start off at the beginning of every school year. On the first day of school, I'm always nervous. And I do this for a living. So it is what it is. We know that she struggled with public speaking. We know that she has even struggled with her diction and enunciation. And she was seeing a speech therapist to try to get rid of some of that like southern twang and things of that nature. And, you know, I think once she got in her rhythm, she was good, you know. And we already sort of heard her message. And about halfway through her speech, who come rolling in there with some flowers? Marcel. You know, at the end of the day, you know, Marcel and Letitia may disagree on some things. They may have some issues or what have you that married couples go through. But at the end of the day, he was there to support his wife, even though he didn't necessarily agree with what she was saying in her speech. I can't be mad at you, Marcel. You know, Marcel, you know, y'all know I got this love-hate with Marcel. Y'all know, but I think Marcel is fucking hilarious. Anyway. Even at times when I probably shouldn't think he's hilarious, I think he's hilarious. But anyway, then we have Miss Wanda there, and you know, Miss Wanda she got something up her craw about Kimmy. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I don't know where it's coming from, but there's something about Kimmy. She thinks Kimmy is fake. Kimmy's not there. Ultimately, what it is I feel like Miss Wanda's thing is, well, if she ain't speaking, if Melody and Kimmy ain't cool no more, then you can't be cool with Kimmy. I mean, with Melody. And Kimmy's thing is, listen, they grown. I will try to resolve what I can resolve, but at the end of the day, we are dealing with two grown women who have an issue that don't have nothing to do with me, you know. And so, you know, we've had that conversation before. It's always hard being in the middle. But Miss Wanda sort of came for Kimmy a little bit. And, you know, in the moment, I feel like Kimmy handled it, you know, because Kimmy was like, listen, Miss Wanda becoming, you know, people crazy. She was like, but I ain't Marcel. And I feel like that was sort of like the warning shot. Like, I'm not Marcel. You're not going to talk to me crazy, you know. Now, they've moved. Letitia and Marcel have moved because they're actually in the process, from my understanding, of building, I guess, their dream home. They've procured the property and they're actually building a home. So they moved into one of their rental properties. I guess to sort of downsize a little bit, you know. Anyway, neither here nor there. Ain't no room for Miss Wanda. There's no room at the end. So Miss Wanda ain't living with them no more. So then we see, you know what? I'm at a point with this show where I just can't even entertain. All right, listen. Okay, forget it. I'm just going to talk. Let me bring it back. Okay, let me just go on a rant for a second. The show is so overproduced, slanted towards the host. I mean, the host, that it's at a point where it's just almost not enjoyable to watch. I really, really like this show. I really liked what this show was about. Even when we started getting the drama, we all love drama. Like, we all love the drama. But it's at a point now where this show has really, in my mind, fallen to the depths of a love and hip hop. The drama is just ridiculous. Okay, I'm sorry. So that was just me going off on a tangent. So we have a situation. We have Melody. We have Martell at the house. Melody's mother comes through. And I feel like this scene was only to show that they were saying that Marcel was threatening to post a sex tape of Melody's mom online, and that's part of the reason why Martell is so mad at Marceau, because he's defending her honor. Well, come to find out, Melody's mom and Marceau's brother knew each other. Now, one minute the mama was like, I don't know what he's talking about. He don't have no sex tape of me. And even if he did have a sex tape of me, I'm grown. Usually when people say that, that means it exists. I ain't cheating on my wife. And even if I am cheating on my wife, that's between me and my wife, because you cheating on your wife. You don't have no sex tape of me. And even if you did, because there's a sex tape of you with him. Why? If somebody said something to me that was so ridiculous that I know there was no chance in hell that it could be true, what you mad for? Then we come to find out that one minute she said it seemed like they were sort of insinuating that she was dating this guy. Then they backed up off of it and was like, we were just really good friends. Then it went from them being really good friends to, well, because of the business of show industries, my mom dealt with the day-to-day, he dealt with this, and so they came into contact with each other. Then it was, my mama didn't date him. We went from, there could possibly be, like, so then why would you even be worried about there being a sex tape? If they, like, by the time y'all got done, they barely even know each other. I'm sick. Melody mama was dropping it low and spreading it wide on somebody's iPhone, and it's a tape. Then they gonna threaten Marceau, talking about some, and if anybody need to be worried about a sex tape, it's you. And then, then of course it was, Martell with his immature ass started making personal digs. Fat boy. I mean, you know how wide those hips are. Oh, well, I guess he did lose some weight. Like, are we 5? Really, Martell? Are we 5? And you got off light last week, Martell. Let me just go on, because I really forgot to say it in the moment. But I'm going to say it this week, because I really forgot, and you got off light. That was some real... You want to talk about somebody being a bitch, because at the end of this episode, there was this whole thing where he called Marceau a bitch. Listen, if anybody is a bitch, it's you. For you to throw out there about the situation with Kimmy and Maurice, and insinuating once again that she was the side chick, and that her and Maurice was having this affair, and that and there was something going on between them, which first of all has been debunked and dispelled. And for you to throw that out there last week, that was a bitch move. Since you want to talk about somebody being a bitch, you a bitch. That was a bitch move. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I probably need to stop reviewing this show, because Alright, let me just get through this shit. So, then we had a great moment. Okay, let's go here. This was a great moment. We saw Maurice cooking dinner for Monster. Monster on the phone with his mom. His mom was in good spirits. His mom was saying how she missed him. But, Monster was saying, hey, I think I got better friends down here than I have up there. And he was like, she was like, I miss you. He was like, I miss you more. It was a great moment. She said, I'm going to be checking on you really soon, but I'm glad to see you adjusted well. I'm glad to see you have friends. Like, no matter what happened when they got off that call, I don't care if she crumpled on the floor into tears. She didn't let him see it, and she didn't act no kind of way. Even when Maurice came in the room and was like, hey, Monster, dinner's ready. And he was like, oh, man, I got to go. Dinner's ready. Maurice sat there and talked to her, and they had a great conversation. And they was talking about that they're still looking, her and her husband are still looking to move to down south, but they're not looking to move directly to Huntsville, but they are looking at Alabama, but some other places in Alabama. Either way, is closer than Detroit. And I could understand her not wanting to move directly into Huntsville. Huntsville is a very small town. Everybody in your business. Everybody know everybody. And I could understand her saying, listen, I want to be closer, maybe 2 hours away instead of a plane ride away, but I don't know about moving into your backyard. I can respect that, Kyle, 100%. Then we end up seeing Kyle's husband in the background. Child, listen, y'all want to talk about 6 degrees of separation. Kyle's new husband used to date Maurice's sister at high school, so they known each other their whole life. He was like, yo, what's up, man? He was like, hey, what's up, man? And they jaw-jacking. That's what guys can do, right? Y'all know how guys are. So then we have this. So that was a great moment. I thought this was the Maurice Kimmy moments of this episode really saved it for me, because we're gonna get to another scene that I thought was really sweet as well. So then we have Maurice, Sadark, and Marceau. They at the gym. They playing basketball, throwing each other on the ground, fouling. Maurice scraped up his damn knee, but you know how guys are. He poured some water on it and kept on playing, child. Y'all know they don't care. Well, this is where we find out that at the gym last week, Martel walked up to Marceau, called him a bitch, and whatever, and Sadark talking about something. I don't believe that. I don't believe he said that. Why would he lie? Why would Marceau lie, Sadark? Why would Marceau lie? Come to find out later on, Martel confirms that that's exactly what he did. Why would Marceau make that up? Like, anyway. Sadark want to play, Captain Saberho, and he was like, listen, excuse me, if I get y'all together in the same room, like, do you think we could work this out? I mean, I think I can work this out. Remember what happened at the cabin? And of course, they flashed back at the cabin last year with them playing Gladiator. And Martel really got mad and was really about to fight somebody. Okay. So then Marceau, listen, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about when I say Marceau was funny. As much as Marceau was there and supported Letitia, right? He complained to his boys, which he should do. That's what you're supposed to do with your friends. You're supposed to vent, get it off your chest. But what I could appreciate about Sadark and about Maurice is that they called him on his bullshit. He was talking about how, I guess this program that Letitia's in, it's like a 1 week on type situation. I'm not sure. But anyway, the week that she's in school, of course, Marceau has to do a lot of the heavy lifting with the kids. And he's sitting there complaining about the kids drop off at school and how they got 3 different times to be dropped off at school. And by the time he drop off the last one, he got to pick the first one up. Because I guess she's the youngest one, probably in a half-time program, half-a-day program. And Sadark was like, well, Letitia does that every day. And she still manages to, manage her property and do this and do this and do that. And Marceau was like, all right, but what I'm saying is, he was like, well, I mean, Maurice, like, you created a situation where you could work and study from home. Maurice was like, no, not from home. Like, I still got to get up and go out, and I still got to figure it all out, and I still got to figure out Monster's schedule. Like, so I can appreciate that they didn't just let him get away with, because what he was trying to do was make it seem like, Letitia has him doing this impossible situation, and he was really trying, but they wouldn't let him go there. So he tried, but they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't give it to him, honey. They wouldn't give it to him. And again, I can appreciate that. That's what friends are supposed to do. Hear you out, but then call you on your shit. Okay? They did exactly what they were supposed to do. It's Kimmy's birthday. It's date night. She was saying, hey, we haven't had a lot of time to do this. Because, at this time, Maurice was finishing up law school and studying for the bar. And if you know anybody in your family or friends that's an attorney, and you were around when it was time to take the bar, it's a lot. It's intense. It's all day, every day studying. Like, the studying for the bar ain't nothing like law school studying. Like, it's a whole different level. And, yeah, it's a lot. And so, her and Maurice have a good conversation, and, then he brings up the honeymoon situation, and she still ain't playing that daggone honeymoon. She said every time they get ready to do the honeymoon, something happens, child. I said, if y'all don't, and now you can't because of COVID, but in my mind, I was like, if y'all don't just go on a plane and go some damn well, Kimmy, spin the globe, hit the button, call a travel agent, and call it a day. If y'all don't go on y'all damn honeymoon, honey, then of course Maurice brought up the whole when you gonna quit your job thing, and she was like, can we not talk about me quitting my job for 1 day, 1 minute, one hour? Like, it's my birthday. Like, I ain't trying to have this kind of stress in my life. Then he asked her about her son. When he graduates, what it is that he wants to do. And come to find out, he really wants to go into business with Kimmy and flip properties. Like, he wants to get into real estate, and he wants to start with flipping properties. And Kimmy said, with every day I get closer and closer to being ready to quit my job, but I'm just not there yet. And she said, I would love to go into business with my son. Like, it would really be great, and he really wants that. And I just think that is so sweet. I love their relationship, and I think that is so sweet that he wants, when he graduates from college, he wants to go into business with his mom. I think that is the sweetest thing ever. And then when it was time, he said, well, I got something for you. And guess who's bringing out her birthday cake at the restaurant? Her son. And Kimmy was in tears. And she said, you know, I was thinking earlier today that I've never had a birthday without you. But I just figured you were too busy and too grown. And he said the sweetest thing. He said, you ain't never missed one of my birthdays. Why would I miss one of yours? I said, I know that's right. You better. Jalen, you better be son of the year. You better be son of the year. I loved it. I thought it was sweet. I thought it was so sweet. Excuse me. Okay. Now let's get back to the bullshit. Okay. Now we got to get back. I should have ended with this. I should have did all the bullshit first and then ended with this. So Darden set them up at the gym and some real like Three's Company 1980s style shit. I'm just going to invite both of y'all to the gym at the same time. So of course, Marcel was already there working out. Martel shows up and he's like, listen, it's time for me to go because I'm really not trying to be here. Like, I don't want to be stressed while I'm trying to do my workout. And he was like, Sadark, like, this was real. Because he told Sadark he could set something up, but I don't think he meant that. I think his intention was for both of us to know we were going to be there and what we were there for. Marcel goes up to Martel and tries to dap him up. Martel won't, you know, no, I won't shake your hand. And basically, you know, Marcel's getting ready to leave, or Martel's getting ready to leave, and Sadark says, look, can we just talk? He said, I really don't think that there's anything that's happened that we can't get past. Both of them are telling you, nah, we've hit a point of no return. And I get it, Sadark, as the mutual friend, you know, you don't want to have to choose sides. You don't want it to be a tense situation. You don't want it to be I get it. But at the end of the day, bruh, like, I think it's a wrap. Like, their friendship is at a point of no return. What we find out, and this is, again, we're getting information that happened off camera, off season. We've been hearing bits and pieces about Marceau filed a police report on Martel. Come to find out, the police report was because Martel threatened him, and he took it serious. He took it as a serious threat. Martel was like, well, I ain't called the police on your mother-in-law. When she threatened my wife, you know, why would you call the police on me? Like, that was a real bitch move. Then something about Martel's tax returns got to a blogger, and he's saying that Marcel sent them. Marcel was like, I didn't send your tax returns to nobody. Like, why would I do that? He was like, that's not even what I do. But he did slip up, though. He said, that's Letitia. I don't do that kind of stuff. So did Letitia do it? Or were you just saying Letitia posts stuff on social media about, you know, she goes back and forth with y'all? I don't. I'm not sure what he was saying when he was like, that's Letitia, that's not me. But neither here nor there. There really was no resolution. My question is, how would they have your tax returns? Which is what Letitia says later on in the episode. There was no resolution. Martel ended up leaving, and on his way out, he threatened Marcel again. He told him, you better be lucky that all I did was call you a bitch instead of, you know, basically doing what I wanted to do. Marcel was like, so there go another threat. Child. Then we see Marcel talk to Letitia, and Letitia was like, well, did you defend me about them putting me out? And, you know, Marcel's thing was, well, what's your definition of defend? Because at the end of the day, I told you not to go. Like, and she was like, well, I mean, did you at least say, you know, why would you do that to my sister, my wife? You overreacted. He was like, oh, okay, well, if you calling that defending, then yeah, I defended you. But his thing was, and like she said, why would we even have his tax returns to send to a blogger? Now, I don't know who sent your tax returns to this particular blogger, but if you have some proof that it was Marcel, then I need to see some proof, because that just don't even sound like Marcel's style. But I don't know these people in real life, so shit. I don't know. That could be some shit he would do. I don't know. Shit. I don't know. Then the next day we see Marcel go to his property, the cigar lounge. You know, they get in the cigar bar together, which it looks like it's about to open. It looks really nice. Like, I wish I lived, you know, go hang out, have a, you know, I'm good for a good cigar lounge. I like hanging out at the cigar bar. Anyway, Kimmy's son is there again, and they were talking about commercial real estate and, you know, commercial versus, you know, I guess private. I don't know the term, child. But they were having a conversation. Who come walking in the door? Melody. We had this scene between Melody and Martell. I don't care. I don't care about it. That's it, y'all. I'm sorry if my energy level is low. I'm trying to care. I really am. But I'm really over the Holtz. Their whole storyline is so fake, phony, and produced. Their confessionals are so forced. Like, it's just, I can't. All right, I'm done. I'm done.